Hey, this is Scott Templeton at the 2010 Century Martial Arts Super Show at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. Have a very special guest, the Executive Director of the Martial Arts Industry Association, Frank Silverman. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, my pleasure for taking time out. This is great, man, right?
It's crazy and it's great.
Yeah,
It's just an awesome event every year. This
Organized
year's no
chaos.
different. Well, chaos. It's very organized chaos.
Yeah. Now, every year you guys outdo yourself, right?
Every year we try to.
Yeah.
We believe every year's been better and different than the rest. It doesn't
Sure.
mean one's been better than the other. You know, we had Tony Robbins last year. This year we had the lone survivor, Marcus Lachelle. Totally different.
That's right.
Something that anybody can link to depending what your thought process is.
Right. Yeah, we had an opportunity. Marcus came by here earlier. We got to speak to him. Man, what a story, right?
I mean, unbelievable. So, I mean, it's amazing that he's even was standing on stage with us, to be honest with you.
I know. And that what he talked about earlier about the not necessarily martial arts putting him through that situation, but martial arts giving him the discipline to make it as a SEAL.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing, and the way he always gave the throwback or the relationships to martial arts was not just impressive but important, and it was exciting, I think, for many people to hear how that made such a lasting life impact.
What impresses me about the show, every year that we're here, we see more and more movers and shakers. You know what I mean? Every time I look around, it's like, golly, you know, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's here. I mean, every year. I mean that speaks volumes. Is it not necessarily because you call and say, hey, come here? I think it's becoming a destination point that people can't miss.
I definitely think it's a destination point. I think people are wanting to be at the show. It's a once-a-year thing. So to be around not just not to be around the heads of the industry, but to be in the industry and recognize you're part of something bigger, I think it's exciting to people. It's something that they look forward to every year.
Yeah.
And we'll be here next year, not at the MGM, at the Rio.
Now, the thinking behind that, is it just change of scenery? Is it what's the deal with that?
To be honest, people don't appreciate how hard it is to
I do.
Yeah, you do. how hard it is to get a location. As a matter of fact, somebody says, hey, do you always have to do it on 4th of July? And the answer was, yeah. That's the only time that we can get a hotel big enough for our needs and set up right for our needs. That's the only availability. So it's a bunch of things. Going to the Rio at a different time has a lot of logistical reasons for it.
Right. I remember back at the Rio, the shuttles back and forth to the K1. Remember that?
I do. You know, it's neat having a UFC participate these days, though.
I know. Yeah. At that time. Now, is this because you were an integral part of this happening? Obviously, did you spearheading it a lot? Did you envision it growing this much per year? What was your vision early on? Did you just want to create a one-time thing? Did you know it became annual?
We always knew that. I mean, you know, when you do your very first one, all you're trying to do is think about the first one.
Sure.
You know, then you do the second one and you feel a little bit better. You say, okay, we need to be doing this on a regular basis.
Right.
So I mean, it's a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a huge expense to put it on. But it's something we look forward to every year, and it's an exciting part of the Martial Arts Industry Association.
Now, you guys are attracting, I mean, big stars. I mean, Lyoto Machida's sitting right over there.
Yep.
You know, and I mean,
and a credit to him coming all the way over here just for this event. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you can pat yourself on the back a little bit. And I just think that, you know, working with the UFC, working with Tap Out, working with Dahmer and Swain and Century, how integral is it to keep those relationships in place to make this thing really grow?
Well, you know, businesses are built on relationships. So it's not just about relationships with them. It's relationships with our clients, with our customers, with those businesses, with our vendors, with our speakers. And we try our best to keep great relationships for a long time, long-term relationships. I mean, in life we fall short sometimes, but as a whole, we're doing pretty well and trying to do the best by our strategic partners, if you would.
Now, My Elite, I mean, it's a very interesting program. What would you say to people that, you know, hey, that's expensive, and then, you know, and then the other people that are here every year making a lot of money?
Well, here's the deal. Expense is a cost relative to what you get for that cost. If you told me $1,000 a month for a program that I was going to make $500 a month, I'd say that's not just expensive, that's insane. But if you're going to make $20,000 extra a month, I'd say that's highway robbery. You're taking advantage of me.
Right.
So it depends what you do with the information and how you make it work. But I think the elite program is a value, not an expense.
Now, do you see it? Now, twofold. Did you see it take a dip in the bad economy, and then secondly, is it pick back up? the Maya Elite?
You know what? I don't know that we saw it take a dip. We probably saw, like everybody else, membership.
They were probably the ones that survived the recession.
Oh yeah, no. Our clients as a whole were much better prepared. Our signups were probably a little slower, to be honest, but still growing, and now things are picking back up. We're starting to see, I believe, the bottom, and we're starting to see more active calls and memberships.
Yeah. Let's talk your baby, Cage Fitness.
Well, Cage is a Maya program, as you know.
Cage Fitness, yeah.
A partnership between Cage Fitness, Matt Hughes, and Century Martial Arts. Doing real well here at the event this week, and it's just been a phenomenal program with, it's been around 6-7 months now with about 130 schools licensed throughout the world. I say the world because there's a lot in Australia and a few in Europe.
How old is Maya? Let's talk about
Maya's 9.5 years old.
All right, 9.5 years old. Time flies, right?
Yeah.
Golly. All right, let's go 10 years. If I were to ask you 6 months from now, did you hit your 10-year growth expectations and goals for Maya?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. The goals for Maya were to help the martial arts industry grow its student base.
Correct.
And I don't have those numbers with me. Do I know that we've helped grow the student base? Absolutely. I know that. I know even as times are tougher today than they were, a few years ago, and memberships in some schools are down. I know there's plenty of schools doing well and that wouldn't do as well had they not been Maya members. So I would say we're meeting our goals. I would say we're meeting our goals every day.
Let's put you in a time machine and move, go a decade from here. What will Maya be doing? What will Frank Silverman be doing?
He'll be living on
the beach.
Fiji.
There you go. Smoking a cigar and having a margarita.
That's right. You'll be right by my side. Right. So with that said, 10 years from now, I'd like to see us in a bigger venue because I'd like to see us have twice as many vendors, and I'd like to see us have triple the amount of participants. And I'd like to see it be consistent regardless. People often base their decisions to come on their perception of a keynote speaker who may be there. Right. But at the end of the day, there's always new speakers. There's always some of the old ones, favorite ones comes back. We're not going to just turn over every speaker all the time. There's lots of good ones. And the keynote speaker always has relevance to some degree, whether it's Tony Robbins, Marcus Luttrell, Michael Gerber, Brian Tracy. We've had them all. I'd like to see people come because they know they're going to learn, be motivated, and get better at what they do. Right, and then you realize over a long period of time, you become one big family. Exactly. You know what I mean? I come here. I like to come here, once a year just to see people. What you ultimately create friends. Right,
all over the country.
Agree.
All over the country. Well, thank you for stopping by. I know you're a busy man.
Thank you for having me. Pardon me slunching over here. I've been going 24/7, 3 days here.
Not bad.
All right, I don't know if you made it to this martial arts super show in 2010, but 2011 will be here before you know it. It'll be in July. It'll be at the Rio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Start your plan now so we can see you at the 2011 Martial Arts Super Show.